All right, give me 1 second. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. All right. So, yeah, I got those headphones today. Man, they're beautiful. Let me try to run here. That man is pretty fast. I made it. Told you. I might start doing some running. But yeah. Hold on. But yeah, man, I love it. You know what I mean? We stay on point. We stay doing what we're supposed to do. We stay on our job, and it's just that simple. You know what I mean? We stay doing what we need to do. Give me 1 second. These folks funny as hell. They all be doing the same thing. All of them, like, it's all identical. It's just crazy. I don't think folks ever seen anything like me. I think that's part of it. But yeah, I'm the CEO of Cashless Bane Records, Tyree Sneed, right? Like I said, make a little shift. Oh, we make a little shift in energy here right quick and get right back to what we do. You know what I mean? Oh, we gonna do everything. Ain't nothing changing. It's just we adding to it. You know what I mean? And everything is gonna be totally separate. Now, give me a second, real quick. They honking at me. Look, I'm famous. This is crazy. Hold up. But yeah, like I said, CEO of Cashless Bane Records right here, right? The best in the world, the greatest, right, of all time. You understand? Went worldwide independently, right? Nobody's ever done what I've done in music. Nobody's ever come close or accomplished what I've accomplished in music. Again, that's why it'd be so funny to me because everything that I'm saying is documented fact. You understand? I'm a humble dude. I just shine. I just happen to really be the best. I work harder than everybody. You understand? I worked at my craft for years, but I'm getting ready to record right now, right? since I own my own private studio and I do what I want to do. Yeah. So folks and they feelings, we about to record right now. I already got like a whole song written. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to really understand, man, what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Folks is funny. You know what I mean? Like I said, Cashless Bane Records, we outdid every major record label in existence a long time ago, light years ago. This was over a decade or more ago, easy, comfortably. Okay. We really outdid them financially, right? And we didn't really make a whole lot of money off music. So that's why when folks be talking, it's like, bro, I had a single out with Coast to Coast Mixtapes, volume like 152, I think, hosted by Idris Elba, most downloaded mixtape in the world, right? My single's called Streets Bring It Out of You. It's right there, right? What are you talking about? I do this for real. I paid for the studio time. Like, I've done it all. You understand? I was recording right there in Miami in the studios. Everything was pretty nice out there. Like I said, had a roommate at the time. I was staying out in Cape Coral, paying over like $1,000 for rent, right? And I had my truck, and my roommate, he was jelly because he could see that I could have a career in rap. You know what I mean? I was wearing nice clothes. I was ready to go. I was ready to rap. I was supposed to perform at the convention, you know what I mean? And then, it is what it is. So, no big deal, you know what I mean? But I did get to go out there one day and see what it looked like. And like I said, I was the most gangster rapper in the building. Real talk. Like, they had no clue. They had no clue, bro. They didn't even understand like who I was or nothing. Like, you gotta understand, I was out there really surviving. I was in the street. I was coming out the ghettos, the hoods, everything. So I was doing a lot. Okay. Mind you, I was all over Florida. Like I said, I was staying in Cape Coral at the time. I'd go to the Steak and Shake and go eat. I was in Cape Coral, had myself my little room, and it was a nice room. I'd had a gym membership down the street, right? Uh, I was right off Del Prado for a little while, right? I've been everywhere. Worked out there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like folks just don't get it. Like, oh, I've been all over. I've done my thing everywhere. And, at that time I was going through a lot of serious things too. And I was figuring it out as I progressed forward and kept moving forward. I learned a lot out there. I learned a lot in Cape Coral. Like I said, I've done my thing everywhere. Everywhere I've done my thing. You know what I mean? And I remember I used to get on some of these apps back in the day, and I'd have dudes talking to me about music, and they're like, "Oh, this and that." Like, yeah, y'all been on the same stuff forever. Everybody want to talk like they successful, like they made it, but I'm the only one who actually made it. None of these folks have succeeded or been successful. You know what I mean? They go places where everything is cheap so they can front and pretend. That's the truth. Ain't nobody coming close to the money I made and spent. Nobody. Not in music, not on Wall Street, not nowhere. That's the actual truth that folks don't want to talk about and folks don't want to tell you. See, they don't want to have this conversation. You understand? They don't want to have this conversation about how, like I said, I was moving physical units, physical tapes. They don't want to tell you about how I made tons of money. I've sold, millions of records physically. I used to sell CDs everywhere. You understand? Everywhere I went. I used to make album sales everywhere at the island out here, like in Austin for like $20 per CD. I'm telling you, everything that I do, anything I've done that's my story, because I'm everything, I'm infinite, and I'm everything, literally. I'm infinite consciousness. I'm limitless. I'm the universe, right? Everything of which I've actually done, right? And everybody knows I've done it. It's tangible, proven, everything, right? the Masons try to copy and imitate and then take my story and give it to somebody else. I see him right there. What is that? That's that little critter that be running around. It's probably an armadillo. I saw one the other day out here. Beautiful little armadillo. They're cool little creatures, but yeah, man. Like, that's why when they talk about all these people, everything I've ever said and spoken is just facts, truth, and positivity. Like I said, y'all want to talk about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle ain't make no $1 million, bro, with little DVDs. You got to stop that. Neither did his brother. Please stop that. Please stop lying. Here's another one. These folks are hilarious. All of you. Yeah. So, like I said, we got the Masons and they feelings. Good. Good. That's what we want. Now come over here and tell me how you feel about my success. I love it. That one ain't feel down here. Yeah, these headphones are awesome, though. Let me tell you what I'm still at. Look, I know you in the mood already. Let me tell you what I'm still at. And we got to make money, man. Y'all got to donate. Y'all can do everything, bro. I'm going to create an album. Right now I'm just recording. I'm entering the mixtape circuit, just like 50 Cent did, right? He tried to take credit and say, "Oh, I invented the mixtape circuit." No, you didn't. People was always doing mixtapes. People have been doing mixtapes since the beginning of time. That don't mean nothing. Everybody do mixtapes, brother. Like, you just had the right promotion because you sold your soul and you was backed by the feds. Tell me when I'm lying. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you your credit, but you had it rigged for you to win, and you still ain't win, and that's the thing people don't get. You could think you win when you have to rig everything and everything's fake and unfair. You didn't win. And you end up learning that later down the road. You end up turning around and looking back and saying, man, I didn't win because I didn't do it fairly. You know what I mean? That's what happens with folks like that. But yeah, no, I mean, the mixtape circuit, I can take that over and run the mixtape circuit in my sleep. That ain't none. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start getting back to recording right now. Like I said, them headphones are awesome. They're right here. And they're Bluetooth, and they come with the other part, which is crazy. So I can use them with Bluetooth or without, which is awesome. And they work great, man. They're noise canceling. I'm really happy with them. And they weren't that expensive. I've been noticing they got some pretty decent headphones for cheap. That's crazy. They're super cool. They go over the ear, just like I want. It's real studio stuff. So I just record. I could do it all on my phone. Now I just need a laptop. And like I said, a router and a Wi-Fi connection and internet. That's it. Get that going. We in business, baby. I'll be recording full time. And that's my thing. I've been doing a lot. I'd like to get where, hopefully I could get a setup where I don't have to be moving around all the time so much, where I could do what these folks do, because they hide inside all day. You know what I mean? That's what they do. They hide inside all day and they never ever come outside. They don't do nothing. I'm not going to do what they do, but I'm just saying, like, so yeah, like I said, that's what they do. They hide inside all day. All of them. They all the same. Yeah. See, I'll never be like that. That's the thing. Like, God really helped me. Like, I'll always exercise and train. I have to. I need it. Like, I have to have it. You know what I mean? Certain things I just have to have. That's what people don't get. It ain't an option. I have to have it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to stay training and working out always. Feel me? But yeah, like I said, they see me happy, healthy, in good shape. You know what I mean? So how you feel? Always see me doing well. You know what I mean? So what's up? How you feel? CO Cashless Bane Records right here, man. Like I said, we've done it all, man. All that fake stuff you see on YouTube and your TV, then fake rap, you know what? I did all that, won every time, or they'd have to cheat and pretend. I ain't never lost. I did that down here. I ain't never actually lost. I don't lose. What? I had it on camera, on film. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, you got to be fair about what you saying and what you doing and where you coming from, man. I went to all sorts of different events. You know, like I've never been big on concerts and all that. Like I said, that's what crazy. Everybody in Austin, you know, it's this and that, man. All you got to do is have me in Austin and give me a spot to go to. Everyone else got it. They ain't all paying rent out there, man. Boy, please quit lying, bro. They ain't. There's a lot of people that just stay places for free, or they got places that are very, very cheap, practically free, right? Some of them are free because I've seen them. And guess what? That's because of the government. The government helps them out. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Can't be serious, man. You know what I mean? There'd be all sorts of stuff going on in those buildings and crazy stuff, man. I've seen it. I've witnessed it firsthand. That's what Austin is. Austin is like a big ghetto and hood now. That's how everywhere is. That's how they changing it. So it's like I just stay doing my thing. That's the thing. We technically actually up a class compared to all the folks in Austin. Facts. You just don't know who I am. That's why y'all like to roll reverse and project and say this and that when I'm not around, and you know, a bunch of things that don't exist because you're trying to make yourself feel better. Because all them folks, they got to stay renting and mooching. You feel me? They renters, coach. That's what it is. That's the truth. Oh, I just don't live in Austin. It's that simple. Doesn't go any farther than that. Feel me? So yeah, like I said, that's what it is. Folks jelly because I get money. I always get to the bag. I told you. I want to act like I'm playing. I told you. I'm gonna build a modeling agency next. We're gonna build up the record label right now. I'm gonna start working on that. I'm trying to get back in the booth, man. We're gonna work on some music for fun. Because that's what we do, have fun. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Folks don't know how to have fun no more. I don't know if they ever did. You know, to be perfectly honest, folks do not know how to have fun. You know what I mean? That's why, like I said, they always paying attention to you and what you doing and this and that and making up stuff out of thin air. Petey Pablo got songs talking about it. But yeah, man, ain't no record label coming close. CEO of Cashless Bane Records, not financially, not in any aspect, not in any perspective. And like I said, folks know who I am clearly because they still honking like I'm famous as hell. So that's going to continue to carry, and that's nationwide, worldwide. Like I said, what needs to happen is they all need to somehow, you know, figure out where the show is at. They need to come to this show. That's all. It just takes a little bit of redirection. You know what I mean? But God will do that. I already know. God's been at work. God's been moving. God's been doing it all. Feel me? So yeah, like I said, we do it all, bro. We do music. We do everything. That's what people don't get. And all this training, trust me, it'll help with music. It'll help with any business. That's what folks don't get. Like, what I want is kind of what 50 Cent was doing, but, you know, like I said, he was backed by Freemasonry and the feds. He sold his soul. You know what I mean? My soul ain't for sale. It's priceless. My soul is priceless. You understand? So we're not the same. So I want to do it independently, the real thing. I want to tour the world and perform and do different things and get paid for it. You know what I mean? All these agencies could pay me. Anybody could pay me and pick me up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm technically a free agent in the game of whatever it is that we do, which is pretty clear. You feel me? We do it all. We do music, right? Come on, bro. Y'all know about me. You know what I do. So, yeah, I'm a free agent completely. People can pick me up. Folks can put deals on the table. Where's that at? We ain't talking about no money, right? Because y'all ain't got none. That's the thing people don't get. Them record labels ain't got no money, bro. All that stuff is fake. All of it. It's all simulated. You understand? All of it. Simulated. It's all fake, and that's all they do. That's what Masons do. They just sit there and make up stuff. Like, wow, that's cute. That's real cute. How does that work out? It doesn't. That's why they're all poor. Telling you the truth. That's why during spring break, I was paying like $4,000, $5,000, some crazy amount every day for a condo out there at Isla Grande, okay, on the island. I was actually renting a condo out there, right? And I had enough money to actually buy one if I wanted, but I ain't gonna spend all my money on that. Clearly, that would be silly, you know. And I was still sitting on over like $250,000. Okay, so you know, in the bank. You know what I mean? That's what people don't get. Everything we do is official tissue over here, right? So, like I said, yeah, the Masons were trying to recruit me. I asked them a question. I heard the answer. That was all I needed to hear. I said, I'm all right. I'm good. You know what I mean? Then, like I said, they brought me to their little lodge to talk, and they drive in a grandma van like Jim Jones, the fake rapper. Yeah, this is all facts, homie. Yeah, they drive in a grandma van and they didn't have no money, and you could tell what the hell the deal was inside that Freemason lodge. That's all I'm gonna say. It's clear as day. You know what I mean? So I don't gotta spell it out. You can tell what I'm saying. My head was turning. Batman was kind of freaking out. I was like, whoa, whoa. Like, okay, there's one, two, three, four. Oh my goodness, I'm surrounded by them. They're everywhere. I I was tripping. I think I had, yeah, it was crazy, bro. I was tripping. And I ain't been surrounded by so many of you, right? For a while. This is ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, I got the hell out of there too. I told them I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and conclude this meeting. Let's wrap it up. I'm good. I got the hell out of there. I was like, hell no, that is not my cup of tea. Nope, I got money to spend. Yeah, they don't. These folks don't want to tell you about how they all been in their feelings since you saw me driving that Porsche convertible. I still have it and had to drive. You know, like, come on, bro. Y'all know about me, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, with with stacks of thousands of dollars, running around, renting out different places, doing whatever I want. Yeah, it's always been like that, homie. It ain't new. It ain't different. So whenever I do anything, if it's a project just like this, I mean, the amount of money we work with is based upon them. That's a reflection of the company, not me. But I've succeeded here, and I've succeeded in, I mean, completely on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we're gonna stay focused. People clearly like what I do. Clearly, I'm an entertainer to some degree, and people love what I do. You know what I mean? So I don't have to front. I don't even really got to try. I've established a real presence and a real web presence. Please give me a round of applause. That's the thing I knew too, but y'all don't get, like, we'll never stop this Batman thing. I'm really Batman. You know what I mean? So like that's going to be going on no matter what. Even if I didn't have a platform or an outlet or any marketing and promotion, I'd still be Batman. You know what I mean? I'd still do it. You know what I mean? I'd do it for free. Real talk, because it's who I am. You know what I mean? So, all that, we already know about that. That ain't going nowhere. That's all on autopilot now. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, no, I'm over here building, several different businesses. We need to get some women involved somehow because I got to build a modeling agency. We just unveiled the clothing line on here. Come on, man. Y'all keep looking at my clothes. You keep looking at my clothes on here, but none of y'all want to buy them. What's up with that, bro? I thought all y'all had money. I mean, come on, bro. My clothing line is amazing. Are you serious, man? That logo is beautiful, bro. Don't try to downplay it. Y'all know it's nice. And like I said, I already got designs and blueprints in my mind for like hoodies and rain jackets and windbreakers that I'm going to be building and designing myself, and I might have to have a team to do it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a clothing line. Like the clothing line's going to be on a whole nother level when we get the bread and the money. And we're going to be working on the clothing line and traveling with, MacBook laptops and stuff. That's what I want to do next. It ain't like I ain't already been there and done it, but we're going to do it on a whole nother level. Everything they depicted that was fake, like Dame Dash, all that stuff's fake with him. He don't make no money. He don't do anything. He don't accomplish nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to do the real thing. We're going to do that independently. and literally make our own DVDs, right? Our own movies and films. I'm a film director and film producer, if you didn't know that, right? And we're gonna be building the clothing lines. So the clothing lines is gonna be like just amazing, man. They're gonna be crazy, like I'm telling you, because I'm gonna design whatever I want, and we're gonna have it built. We're gonna build it. You don't even understand how cool. Like I have the idea in my mind how cool the stuff I'm gonna design is. Like you're gonna want to wear my clothing. Believe that. And this is crazy because, like I said, like all I do is show love to people and say and preach positivity. I ain't worried about what nobody else doing. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of funny because everybody wants to do what I'm actually doing because God blessed me. Why don't we talk about that? Every move that all these people wanted to make, everything that they wanted to do is what I'm actually doing originally, you know? Like I just think it's kind of ironic and funny. Yeah. We're going to be creating clothing lines and, more clothes. We already have the clothing line, but, we focused on distribution. That's going to be the thing: creation, production, and distribution. Full scale companies, Sneed Enterprises. You're looking at the logo where it's confusing. See, I'm a CEO. I told you of a major company, Sneed Enterprises. You have to understand, it already exists. It's already running. It's just an idea. All my companies, I keep ideas and it works. Yep. Yeah, y'all are funny. I'm going to be in the best position for everything, especially when it comes to getting finances and making money financially, just like I am now. I'm always be in the best position. You understand? Because that's how we have to do it. And it's just that simple. You understand? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, brother, folks have to have the utmost respect for me. You know, I'm free in this world. I do what I want. I walk where I want. I move how I want. I say what I want. I love it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Folks been watching me succeed on a whole nother level for a long time. Well, get like me. I don't know what else to tell you. I put my whole, passion and heart and charisma and energy and everything into this, and it worked. How are you going to feel some way about that when you see how hard I work every day? You could be working hard. Instead of, spending your time worrying about me and pocket watching, you could be working hard, could you not? I love it. I absolutely love it. So check this out. We at $509.16 in total. Still, ain't that amazing? I just did the math, and the reason why is because I keep on gaining ground. So I'm starting to just get over that midriff uh, area I've been in for a little while because that's what it took. You had to go through this phase to build this business because they don't pay right and they don't pay much and they got everything going on they're doing, right? So that's where we're at. After I just spent like $20, bro, that I need y'all to replace, and then I need y'all to pay my phone bill 100%. $55 phone bill. I'm getting everything in line. We're gonna be recording music. I'm gonna be having fun. Hell, I'm trying to start playing games. Like you gotta understand, I'm getting my setup right. I want to have some fun, baby. I'm a busy little beaver right now. So, like I said, you know what we're at for the next check? Over $201. Yep. So, like I said, we try to do what we can and see what we can with these couple of days in the month, because whatever I can make extra, whatever interest, whatever you want to call it, it's just more money in my check. You know, the more I can make, the more it'll help me towards that phone bill. That's what I know. So I'm trying to go hard and do what I can. There's only so much I can really do, but I'm doing great, man. Doing absolutely amazing. It's really a good feeling. So I'm excited. I'm excited about everything. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited to record again. I put music on hold for a while because everything that's going on and happened, people know. But I'm gonna try to, pick the mic back up, so to speak. I need to get an actual mic, but I need a laptop first. And we got to do it a step at a time right now. But yeah, like I said, y'all can donate, man. Super chat, donate. Come on, man. Help me with that 20 bucks. Because then I'll be over like what, 530 if y'all could help me with that right now by like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Boy, we gonna be in good shape. Don't you worry. We gonna be in good shape. These folks cannot get over me. It is hilarious. I am literally, just everything for them for some reason, and I don't even know them. You know what I mean? Like I'm their fearless leader, and I never even really talked to them. So, like I said, y'all do what you do. I'm gonna eat me some ice cream and some chocolate. That's what I'm about to do. How you like that? How you like me? Yeah. Oh, man, folks is fun. Yeah, folks is funny. Batman be enjoying himself. What you don't get, I make my own fun. You know what I mean? So if you want to have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Say, hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we can find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill. There's soda pop and the dancing spree. So if you want to have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking. Living legend right here, boy. Are you serious? Talk about music, talk about money. Boy, y'all want to have a one-sided conversation. Let's talk about it, baby. When you gonna invite me to an interview? We ain't gonna pay me thousands of dollars like you do all them Soldier Boy running tell-ems like you did on No Jumper. Yeah, that was real smart for the Rolling 60s to go on No Jumper. Look what happened. That was a real good business move on their part. They real smart. Oh man. Y'all funny as that. Got dudes like Red Pill acting like they a part of something that they not a part of and they don't even know these folks. Y'all be funny as hell. Sarah, 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 Sarah. That boy is in his feelings. So yeah, like I said, we gonna keep on winning. You already know about this. Straight gangsters in the building. That's it. We stay winning. We stay making money. Right? Come on, man. The next check up over what is it? $201. Boy, we making money, man. I don't care what nobody said. We making money, and like I said, I need all the support of the public because that ain't much and it ain't enough. It's a lot compared to what y'all making because well, y'all making zero, all of you. We're in the middle of a Great Depression, okay? Understand this is good money. I ain't saying it's not good money. It's great money, but I'm just saying, they could pay a lot better. If they paid a normal wage, then I'd really, really be getting rich real quick. Real talk. Point is, I want the public to help me. You feel me? No, I'm gonna make sure folks know I need help. I need support. You need to help me, especially financially. We got to have financial backing. I spend too much money trying to do this. It takes money to be Batman. Make sure you don't forget it, boy. And people always ask the same questions. What did you do for Christmas? Nothing. Nothing different. I made money. You understand? I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about God, brother. I focus on God. I ain't never worried about no holidays ever. Most holidays ain't never good news to me. I don't worry about holidays. I worry about making money. And I made money on Christmas. I made money on the holidays, so I succeeded. I'm good. Yeah. See, I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about coming up, brother. That's why I'm coming up. Telling you, folks are sleeping on me. Y'all got it too easy, you too comfortable, and that's the problem. That's why you can't succeed. That's why nobody knows your name. That's why y'all ain't famous. See what I'm saying? It's not about what you have, it's about what you've accomplished and built yourself. Now let's look at what it is. What have you built in the past 20, 30, 50, 80, 100 plus years? In the past 1,000 years, what have y'all built? Because I built more in a short span of time. Within this year, I've already built an empire, boy. How you feel now? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Yeah, like I said, now we're gonna get the music thing going. Like I said, I'm building companies, brother. You understand? Y'all sleeping on me. I told you, I know what I'm doing because I've done it already. That's why I'm so confident in what I do and confident in the streets because I know my background. I know what I've done and what I've accomplished. I know I come from the streets. I am the streets. Remember that. So yeah, like I said, we gonna keep moving forward and making it do what it do, baby. And they all gonna stay in their feelings. Like I said, it's not even my concern, homie. You know what I mean? I'm just I'm just bigger, you know what I mean? Bigger and better, real talk. And I'm coming back stronger every time, and I plan to this time. Easy. Now let me get to recording so y'all can hear some real music, boy. Oh wait, y'all might not even get to hear my tracks because I'm probably posting them elsewhere. That's the thing too. I don't even know if I'm putting them on this platform. You understand? Like I said, well, you gotta understand we doing a lot of different things now. We already expanded, baby. We moving. Easy money. This is on autopilot, baby. This is just more money. More money.